you, me, the Traxxas TRX4 2021 Bronco on the 6 problem course. Let's go. So there's a lot coming up very soon, but today I thought we'd take the 2021 Bronco out before we even looked at it and stick it on the 6 problems. Let's see how this thing goes in its stock form before we do anything to it, and we have a whole series coming for that thing. Let's go. Problem 1. We're in low range, both diffs are locked. Let's do it. We're going to get to know this vehicle in detail in coming weeks. But today we're going to do things kind of the other way around and get this thing right over all 6 problems, and we can add it to our catalogue and see just how well this thing does in comparison to other vehicles. Okay, we're at the crux of problem 1. This is the very first time I've ever driven it. I'm going to unlock the rear. Just moving that top switch back 1. The idea of unlocking the rear is that I get less traction. Let's just bring the camera around. The idea of doing that is I get less traction in the rear, giving the forward authority mostly to the front, which helps us turn just slightly more tightly. Slightly more tightly. You heard it here first. Problem 1 is done. Now fully locked again. And directly into problem 2. I haven't touched a thing on this thing. It's freshly out of the box. The Canyon Trails having exceptional grip as usual. Brilliant tyres these. And very composed too. That front servo is a weakness in the TRX4 line, but for this kind of easy going, it's not too bad. Now I don't actually know if we're going to get up problem 3. If you're new to the channel, welcome to RC-TNT. Great to have you here. One of the things we try and do, look at this slow servo. One of the things we try and do with our 110 scale trucks in particular is get these vehicles up over our 6 problem course. And the reason for that is to give us a benchmark. My aim with all these trucks is never to say, oh, let's do all 6. The aim is to say, hey, how does this crawl compared to others? Not every truck has to do all 6 problems. That's a comment that I get often in these videos. And that's absolutely right. Not every truck does. But wouldn't it be nice to know how they compare to each other? Of course trucks are built for different purposes. Of course they are. Okay, disengaging the rear diff. I'm hoping to have the front pull around. We want to get it up that way. We might, knocked it over. Lock that rear again. One more attempt. Now the bumper sticks out quite a long way here. It looks fantastic, but it does get in the way. So I've had to come in from the side so I can steer into the rock. And I'm hoping that front right tyre will grip. And this time, as soon as it does, it's close. Nope. Okay. Problem 3 might be out. For what it's worth, the TRX4, particularly in this form, is very much a trail truck. Oh, no. Okay, problem 3 is out. Right into problem 4. This one tests breakover, and it's also really hard on the servo. I don't have high hopes that the Traxxas servo will survive too many attempts. We also don't have a very strong drag brake out of the box. I haven't adjusted anything yet. I will. It can't even overcome that. Ooh. Nice thing about the, as bad as the servo is, the stock tyres are very good. But we are going to kill this servo. I don't want to. I can't even steer. I'd say the servo's fading now. There we go. I didn't actually think we'd get this far. The servo's, oh no, servo's relaxed, that's good. Now I don't want to go back very far here at all, just a shade. Just a shade more. Nearly lost it. Okay. Problem 4's out, and that's alright. Okay, we did 1 and 2. Couldn't do 3, couldn't do 4. I'm not pushing it too hard either. I'd like to keep this thing kind of nice for now. We've got some plans for this machine. today, I'm just getting a performance baseline. Now that faux winch is getting caught there, the protruding bumper, so I've got to kind of come further towards us than I'd like to, and then try to bring it back around. That's not going to happen. Servo's already complaining. Quite honestly, these servos are about as bad as they get. I'm just going to hold that on. There we go. The tires really are what separates this truck from other similar heavy trail rigs. Lesser rubber may well have failed us, but there's problem 5 in the back. Okay, last problem in the set, problem 6. We need to get up to the top here. I don't actually expect we're going to do that, but give it a go. Again, we're running on 3S, that's 12 volts. It's still not terribly fast. And that servo just doesn't have the strength. This bumper is really in the way. We want to get rid of that for crawling. Not for trailing, you might want to keep it on, and that's alright. Here we go. Many trucks get their bumpers caught on the rear here. I'm going to disengage the rear and hope that these tyres can hold. Oh, they are, look at that. It gets interesting now. We'll lock that rear again. Hey, look at that. Problem 6. Wow. Done. So in its stock, guys, 4 out of 6 ain't bad, quite honestly. Problem 6 in particular. What the TRX4 series really suffers from is a weak servo. It looks fine when it's not under any kind of pressure, but as soon as you add a little bit of resistance, for just a little, it starts to really slow down. This thing was fading. It seems strong when you're just playing with it, but as soon as you get it to actual proper crawling, it's game over. Now, this is a super interesting rig. Aside from being able to do 4 out of 6 problems, which is a really solid start, especially for a heavy, top-heavy trail rig, this thing has some party tricks, but we're not going to look at that today. I've got a whole series coming for this thing, and we've kind of gone a little bit over the top with upgrades. I'm going to take you on a Traxxas upgrade journey in the near future, because it has been a journey. I've been working on this thing for about 6 weeks. Today was the first day I ever drove it. So I've got a playlist here where you can find more trucks doing the 6 problem course. Gives us a comparison for a bunch of different trucks. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time on RC-TNT, and I hope you have a great weekend. Cheers.